Here at the Garden. It's a great fight.
You guys have.
I think Golovkin had a horseshoe in there.
Do you expect one way or the other to be bringing him back one more time this year?
Oh, absolutely. He'll fight again. Yeah, we have a commitment from HBO. He'll fight either October or November. We're just going to, again, we're going back to the same thing. Get the best available guy in there, biggest name, and whoever commits to going into the ring with Gennady. That's why we give Geale a lot of credit. He didn't have to take the fight, and you know, Gary and Geale put the fight together, and it worked out really well.
Is there any possibility that Cotto should be next, or do you think he wants?
It's up to Cotto. It's really up to Cotto. We can't force anyone to fight. You know, Chavez, we were very close. We couldn't force him to get in the ring. I know Bob tried to do everything he could to get him in the ring. He had some pretty high guarantees on the table, but at the end of the day, who will sign the dotted line.
Tom, I said the biggest test for Gennady was the actual ticket sales. So, do you have any idea how that did tonight?
Oh, it was a great energy in the crowd. We had always scaled it for 9,000 as far as the seats plus the suites. I have to check with the Garden, but I think we were right there, right at 9,000, including the.
Do you think it was a successful venture to the big room?
I mean, you know, you always take a risk going to a big arena like this, but the way we look at it, it was an investment in Gennady's career, and you can't get on a bigger stage than this. And with the electricity and the energy in the crowd, and then Gennady again delivering in the ring, that just raises his career to a whole different level.
Not to beat a dead horse, but you know, Monday morning, do you start making calls to Top Rank or to? I mean, just because
I've been making those calls.
I know how I figure, but you know, with Cotto still sitting on the side, you know, waiting to figure things out.
For a fight. I mean, like I said, you know, Cotto would make a lot of money on a fight with Golovkin, and it would be a unification fight here at the Garden. And Gennady is the guy coming up, and this was his first fight. And Miguel's already fought here 9 times in the big arena. And for Gennady's first fight, we're ecstatic the way it turned out.
Tom, my question is this: what was proven tonight based on the attendance and the result of the fight?
We were happy with the attendance. We're happy with the energy. You see, Gennady brings a lot of his fans out. He really carried the show. Fortunately, we had Glenn Tapia fall out. We had Kalajic pull off the show. We had Boyd Melson pull off the show. So a lot of ticket sellers pulled off, and Gennady still carried the show. And we had a great heavyweight fight. It was a very close decision as the co-feature, and you see all of Gennady's fans that showed up, and we're really happy.
Tom, do you think there were people in boxing, for whatever reason, wanted this event to fail?
You know, that's hard to say. I felt
your facial expression says differently, though, Tom.
I felt a lot of resistance, and we knew from the beginning it was the right decision. Of course, it's a risk. Anytime you go into a big arena like this, you know, promoting a show in New York City, which is really the most expensive city to promote a show, it's always going to be a financial risk. But we look at it as an investment in Gennady's career. This wasn't one of his last fights. This is just the beginning of Gennady. You know, every fight he breaks a new barrier, and I'm pretty sure that when HBO gets the ratings out, that they'll have the highest rated show there.
Tom, do you think of the nature of the dominance of this victory? You know the way the boxing game works, it's actually going to be harder for you to get some of the marquee names?
It wasn't easy to get him before.
Yeah, but it's more difficult now.
All we can do is him continuing to fight. HBO's made the commitment where they're going to show him regularly on the network, and he's going to be active. He's going to fight 3 or 4 times a year.
What's the next date? Do you have a next date?
It'll be October, November.
October, November. Thank you.
Again, you know, it's one of those things where we're going to try to get the biggest name. Obviously, if Cotto fights December, Gennady's not going to fight here in November, but we got to figure out the schedule. My understanding is they don't have an opponent for Cotto yet, so if there's something to be made there, we'll explore it. If not, again, we can't force someone to get in the ring with them. So that's.
But you guys are willing to wiggle in terms of, like,
absolutely.
Obviously,
we on every fight we've had to wiggle. With the Macklin fight, we had to wiggle. You know, with this fight, not so much because HBO allowed us to put in a nice financial package for Geale. So that was it was a natural fight. Geale wanted to fight for the title. He's very brave. He shows a lot of heart. He's a 2-time champion. He wanted to get another title, and Geale would beat a lot of the guys in the middleweight division. So you know, it's just a statement to Gennady's punching power.
How huge? I mean, Cotto and Golovkin. Obviously, you guys did well here tonight. That'll be a huge event here.
And everyone on the Golovkin side has a ton of respect for Miguel and what he's accomplished, and coming back and beating Sergio Martinez, who was supposed to be the best middleweight. You know, Sergio unfortunately was injured for a lot of the time, but you know, we would have loved to fight Sergio. That fight never came to fruition. The way Miguel dominated a true warrior like that, you know, that proves Miguel's heart and his ability, you know, to rise to the occasion, and his marketability. You know, selling out Madison Square Garden like that is a testament to that. And if you add that to what Gennady did tonight, that's an electric event at the Garden.
Do you think that Cotto, your gut feeling, I mean, what do you think happens next?
It's really hard to say. I can't speak for. I didn't know this fight was going to happen until Perez got injured. This fight wasn't even being considered, and we were looking for opponents. And then when Geale became available, that was HBO's first call, was let's try to make the Geale fight. So it's hard to say. You know, it's hard to say if Chavez is going to fight again this year. It's hard to say what Miguel is going to do. We can't. I can only speak for Gennady, and we've always said we want the biggest name to get it in the ring.
No matter who he fights, based on the success you had here tonight at the gate, do you want him to fight here next, if that's possible? Or?
It depends. You know, obviously we'd want to fight at the Garden as often as possible. Naturally, you need to put an event together like this. We had a great co-feature tonight. Geale was a proven champion. And the Garden schedule in the fall, honestly, when the Knicks start playing again and the Rangers start playing, it's not that easy to go in the fall. So we have to see with the scheduling of the arena, we have to see the HBO dates, and we have to see which fighters are available, and then go from there.
Thanks.